Good evening again. This I just recorded a video, but and it's actually uploading as we speak. But I forgot. I already actually bought something else today, which makes sense of my. Which oh, would you look at that? Sorry, just thinking out loud, realizing that my bank balance did make sense. It was ever so slightly leaner than I was expecting, but that I'd forgotten I bought this. I probably paid a little bit too much for it. Probably showed up when I was turning it around earlier, so I won't keep a secret of it. £9. Actually, I saw this before when I was in Edinburgh recently, and I seem to remember it being like £4. Very, very, very small amount of money, but the price wasn't visible when I went back in today. Actually, it was earlier on in Edinburgh, and I asked for it out of the cabinet, and then when I saw the price, I had decided to buy it. I'm not going to haggle in a place like that, and cash converters that is, and I don't know. I just had committed to buy it, and I was kind of like, well, whatever. The thing I was just sort of surprised by there as well was covered up by the price sticker is someone's name, Simon Everett. Simon Everett. I don't know if I've now that I think about it, can't. It doesn't quite look right when I think of it in my head, but the spelling I would imagine is Everett. Everest without an S, or and maybe two T's, but this looks like Everett. Everetted. Don't know if you can see that, to be honest. Such poor lighting. I will eventually get a better tablet or phone because this sucks. Anyway, so how exciting. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The thing that caught my eye about this game is it's now. I'm not going to go into the other room and find Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or is it Sorcerer's Stone on the cartridge, to confirm this, but it'll be similar enough. The point is, it looked identical to that cartridge, apart from, of course, the name, but in terms of the immediate impression, just the colour. I found that very striking because, well, it just made me think of, it was a familiarity mixed with a kind of a foreignness, an alien kind of look. It was a bit like seeing, if you only knew of Pokemon Red and you saw Pokemon Blue, it looks the same. It's recognisably of the same character, in a way that Pokemon Silver or Gold on, similar forms of cartridge, they would not look quite so familiar to Pokemon Red as Pokemon Blue if you were seeing them for the first time as well. This, to my memory, is pretty much identical in form. It's got the title in the kind of stupid film and American kind of lightning bolt font. It's got the same type for the subtitle, Chamber of Secrets. It'll probably have different. Might not have been EA. I suspect it wasn't. But in terms of an impression, looking at it, it looked the same, but in this different colour, this yellow or orange, whatever it is. That sounds stupid, but I'm colourblind, so leave me alone. What the fuck am I talking about? As well, it's really bizarre how, that gold-ish colour it's the whole thing. This band at the bottom, which might be generic, might have been like that for all EA games. Yeah, I mean the gold ring that goes around EA as well. The title, which was was it always orange? I'm trying to think. Possibly not. And then there's this background thing which is all yellow gold as well. It seems like, I mean, if whichever of these were choices, whichever of these three elements were not generic, and the things that are possibly generic are obviously the Harry Potter logo and the EA logo and its band, kind of lumping them in together. It's kind of just questionable taste to have like a gold thing. It just looks kind of bizarre, and that was maybe it. The color just is so striking, and then seeing this logo, and that all added up to, I suppose, an immediate wondering of, is this a true sequel to the other Harry Potter Game Boy Color game that I have, which is in a different video, and I played and I really liked when I was younger. True sequel as in same kind of style of gameplay and looks the same. It would be familiar to me in more than a kind of surface level way. The answer to that is, I think, no. I looked it up after seeing this game for the first time weeks ago, and ascertained that probably wasn't the case, looking at screenshots and reading a tiny bit about the game. But I decided this was kind of interesting to me all the same. I said it in a previous video. I suppose part of what I'm doing, building an eclectic library as opposed to a complete collection of any one area, is kind of building a library of games eclectic enough and collected over a long enough period of time that I surprise myself when I revisit my collection, browse it, or play through it, and for that reason, seeing a game before you buy it or before you play it, the response that you have to it, I wonder, is a good enough reason to want it in your collection. Whether it's a good enough reason to spend money on it is kind of another question or another argument. It's just a decision you have to make yourself. But yeah, that's what drew me to it, and I would like to replay the Philosopher's Stone game. It doesn't do to dwell on this idea too much. It's kind of a vain idea, but I haven't played it myself since buying it, perhaps because I do imagine it would be an interesting thing to stream or make proper videos about while playing it. As I say, it's not great to dwell on that too much because you get a bit, I don't know, I don't want it to become too exhibitionist a thing, not that I think there's anything wrong with streaming and saying if people want to watch this, they can. I suppose imagining that people ought to watch this, and that would be the only reason that I would be seen playing it, being the only justification for my wanting to play it. That's the thing that is running through my head. But anyway, that's all by the by. definitely an oddity in the, I'm not buying it because I'm not buying it because I have a connection to this game. I'm not buying it because it's a classic that I missed out on. Uh, Under other circumstances, I would be avoiding this like the plague in terms of it's kind of, these serialized franchise cash-in kind of games, movie games. It's not the sort of thing I would ordinarily buy. So there's a very tenuous thread of association that runs to my having, wanted this in my collection. Um, uh, and it's fair to be critical of that, but here I am. Yep, got it. Whatever.